welcome to the Astro Vibe of the Week. I'm Shira, the founder of the Abracadabra Astrology Method, and I'm so excited to connect with you on this really incredible week. You know, I have to start with Aries because first sign of the zodiac wheel, fresh energy, newness, new chapters, and y'all, Aries is coming in very hot for this whole entire month. Oh, let me back up. I'm filming this on June 1st. Happy Pride Month. Let's go celebrate our uniqueness, celebrate love, celebrate our hearts. I am 100% here for that. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm filming this on June 1st, and I have two messages that are, like I said, coming out fast, coming out hot out the gate, and it's about living this brave, courageous life. It's about 100% embodying the you that is here to shine. It is about breaking through any of the self-comparison, the not enoughness, the timing judgments. Like, for example, I'm not where I'm meant to be. I haven't grown enough. I haven't made enough money. You know, whatever it is, this is the month that like parts the inner critic see. This is a month where you could really like get your boots on the ground in terms of moving your energy forward where you really want it to go and leaving behind the old beliefs and the limitations and the illusions that just absolutely, you know, they don't serve you, but they stick on us like they're like little hooks, little anchors. This time is really supportive in growing the internal strength and the internal confidence and courage and bravery that it takes in order to push out those little hooks by working on the inside first. So what I'm referring to is Saturn at 0 degrees Aries and Neptune at 1 degrees Aries. So 0 and 1 degree, that means that they're conjunct. It means they're aligned in the sky. Not the exact alignment, right? It's not 0, 0 or 1, 1, but they're just 1 degree apart. And Neptune, the planet of our imagination and our ability to tap into the ether, I'll talk about all that in a minute. Neptune is ahead of Saturn. So Saturn's 0 and Neptune is 1, and they're both in Aries. So Aries is your self. It is the sign of self-discovery. It's who am I? Why am I here? And what the heck am I going to do about it? Because I have a choice. I am here creating. I am not at the whim of everything. I take part in my unfolding journey and my unfolding story. So Aries is the Fool card in the tarot. I know I talk about that all the time because it takes trusting in your own self, trusting in how the universe is going to support your truth and how the universe is going to show up, celebrate you, and help you ride your magical carpet wherever you want to go. It only happens through that belief in yourself. It only happens within. It has to happen from within. So this is Aries. This is the personal, the internal experience, how you experience your world and how you choose to focus your mind, how you choose to put your energy with your thoughts into specific things that you want more of, or on the downside, thinking about things that you don't actually want and unfortunately receiving more of that which you don't want, because that's how your brain is wired. So Aries, Saturn and Neptune aligned throughout the entire month. Yes, the whole entire month of June, Saturn and Neptune are going to be together in the sign of Aries. So we're talking that bravery, that trust. Now let's break it down a little more. Saturn is the planet that asks us to take responsibility for our lives. So for example, let's say that I'm going to give the silliest example ever. You're in your house and you're looking at a picture on your wall and you're like, you know what? I don't even like that picture. That picture is not even that great in this space. And then you leave it there. And every day you see the same picture and it's not doing much for you. It's not enlivening your energy. It's not inspiring you. It's not bringing creativity. Maybe you had that picture up with an ex, like maybe you went through a breakup and you're still having their stuff around and you're looking at it, but you haven't moved it. You haven't said, you know what? I'm going to do something about this. So this is the Saturn energy. Saturn comes in and says, listen, queen, you're in charge. You are the responsible one. You are the one who is steering the ship. You're at the helm. You're the beauty at the helm in your life. And you're the one who gets to choose what you want, not anybody else, right? Just you. So then Saturn asks you to go over and take the picture down. And so you go over, you take the picture down, you say, oh my God, I did it. I feel so much better. Silly analogy, obviously, but I think you get where I'm going. It is, what are the actions that have to happen in the material realm? Saturn is the material realm. And now I don't just mean your pictures on your wall or like your stuff, your money in the bank. It's also your body. It's like everything in this 3D, right? We're incarnated souls. We have this spirit. We have this soul that we can connect to. And at the same time, it's existing in the physical, where things are a little bit slow. And Saturn is a little bit slow, and it wants us to really think things through and make discerned decisions, make decisions that are in our highest and best. Like, for example, last night at around 9 p.m., I really wanted chocolate covered pretzels, but I knew that if I ate chocolate covered pretzels at 9 p.m., that probably in the middle of the night, I'd wake up because I'd have some sort of weird glucose spike. I ate them anyway, and what happened? I woke up in the middle of the night. Okay, so I learned from my lessons. That's Saturn. Saturn says, what have you learned? What do you know is in your highest and best? And how do you want to align with it? It takes a little bit of spiritual fortitude. It takes co-creation, and it takes willpower, solar plexus energy. I have my happy vase on my solar plexus right now, but the solar plexus energy in your body is that I trust myself, I am confident, I believe in myself. And so that's what is activating through this energy. It's like you get to do something about it. Now, Saturn is making an alignment with Neptune. Neptune is the opposite. Neptune lives in its own world. It is the woo, it is the magic, it is the manifesting, but on a scientific level, it is working with the quantum field. What does that mean? What the heck is the quantum field? So, science has proven that there is a field of energy that is unseen. We can't see it. It's not in the 3D. It is a field of unseen energy. You can mark it with frequency, right? So they've been able to research the frequency, the waves of the brain waves, heart waves. We can't see waves. We can't see the electromagnetic field with our eyeballs. And when we're in the material realm, it has everything to do with what we can see and feel and touch, those five senses, right? Taste, feel, touch, all of that. When we're working with Neptune, we shift into the quantum field, the 5D energy, where the vibration that we give out becomes more important than the physical world that we're in. It becomes more powerful than the physical world we're in. So I am working with, if you have ever heard of Joe Dispenza, he is an epigenetic scientist. I don't want to lose you with that word. I know I'm not going to get too sciencey, okay? I'm not going to do it. Don't worry. But he has proven that when you tap into the quantum field by tuning into a non-physical realm and going into a meditative state by using your frequency. And then you connect to an elevated emotion. So again, that is not material. Your emotions are not material. They are felt. So you have this felt experience. Like let's say, for example, gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful, tune you into the channel that will feel really great. So let's say you start thinking about what you're grateful for. I'm so grateful for this orchid that sits on my desk, and this, I have a little crystal frog, and I'm so grateful that this little crystal frog hangs out with me. And I'm so grateful for my partner, and I'm so grateful for my dog. And you start to tune into that. You're going to have a felt experience where your body begins to shift and change into a totally different frequency. Totally different to feel grateful than to feel angry or to feel mad or resentful or whatever it is, right? So when you tune into that frequency, you send a signal into the field of potential, the electromagnetic field proven by science to exist. By tapping into whatever state you're going to tap into, you send a signal into the field, and then the field is going to send it back, and it's going to give you more of that. This is also how the wiring of your brain works. There's a part of your brain called the reticular activating system, and whatever you focus on, it's going to filter everything else out, and it's going to bring more of that thing. But most of us haven't been trained on how to actually use it and how to make sure that we're focusing on things and thoughts that align with what we actually want. A lot of us are focusing on what our problems are, or where we feel like things are wrong or not good enough, right? And all that's going to do is tune into that same frequency of not good enoughness and bring more of it in. It is so wild once you see how this has been actually proven, and it can be like quantified. Okay, when we're talking about Neptune, we're talking about using the imagination to tune into potential realities, to tune into things that you desire. And something that holds so many of us back is beliefs. It's just like old programs, and we know this, right? On a conscious level, like consciously that your old beliefs might hold you back from what you really want, because you cannot hold the belief of I can't and the belief of I can simultaneously. They X each other out, and you do not get what you want. So subconsciously, this is where all this information is held. So by tuning into this quantum field, you're able to tap into the subconscious and begin to really turn up your connection with that quantum field and the unknown. So this is Neptune at like very high frequency, right? Okay. A lot of times when we talk about Neptune, we talk about spirituality, connecting with oneness, connecting with divinity, devotion, imagination, magical stuff. So if you think about it, it's all actually the same. When you're praying, you're tuning into the field of prayer. When you are singing mantra, you're tuning into the field of whatever is the resonance of the mantra. When you're doing yoga, you're tuning into the vibration of your breath, which is a powerful current of energy. So we have Saturn and Neptune together with Neptune in front. That means that throughout the entire month of June, you are going to become so powerful, so powerful. And you want to use this power wisely. You want to be the creator, the co-creator of the magic in your world. Okay, so let me just do a little pause right here and say that if that is something that you want to tune into and focus on and you're serious about it, I'm going to leave a link below so that you and I can have a chat about what it could look like and what could happen and how it would look in terms of aligning with your personal astrology, right? Because this is all happening through the astrological lens. And this is what so many of our amazing women in Abracadabra astrology are already doing. Shout out to y'all if you're already in it. So we have this really powerful month. Now, at the same time that we have Saturn and Neptune in Aries traveling together through all of June, we also have Venus at 25-degree Aries and Chiron at 25-degree Aries on the first of June, and they'll stay very close together within 5 degrees for this whole entire week until Venus moves into Taurus, and that happens on the 6th of June. So at the end of this filming week. That means that Venus is what you value and what you want and what you really love. And Chiron is our wounds and the old programs that we hold and the inner critic. And Venus is aligning with that part of us and offering sweet, sweet, magical healing energy. What that means is that this week, I'm just going to take a matcha sip. What that means is that this week we have a higher potential. It becomes easier to heal some of these outdated beliefs that we hold and flip our wounds into our greatest assets, into our greatest strengths. I have a whole Chiron video that breaks this down, and I'll link that below as well. When you flip the story on what broke you, you turn it into what made you the strongest you possibly could be. You become like superhuman, and you step into the warrior energy, the warrior of love, the warrior of truth. And what is Aries if not the warrior? Something to fight for does not have to be doesn't have to be a negative thing, right? You can fight for love. You can, what does it really mean to fight for something when we're not talking about victimhood mentality and we're not talking about violence? We're talking about fighting for what you believe in, standing for what you believe in, standing confidently and courageously in your truth. That's the warrior. That is spiritual warrior energy. And that's what we have here with Saturn, Neptune, Venus, and Chiron. 4 really powerful placements, all in Aries, making a lot of magic. Now you could check your chart wherever you have cardinal signs, Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn. You're going to be having engagements with this energy, and you're really going to feel it. And I hope that you feel stronger than ever, and know how powerful this energy is for you. And it's not just sun, moon, and rising. You know, check the other parts of your chart because they really matter. So I really wanted to start there. It's just such a really, it's potent. I'm sure I've said that before in other videos, but this is the most extended period of time that Saturn and Neptune will be traveling together. And in Aries, this is a very extended period of time. Saturn takes 29 years to make a full cycle around the zodiac wheel. So this Saturn has not been at 0 degrees Aries for 29 years. That's a long time. We've been through a really huge growth spurt. Some of you watching might not even be 29 yet. You're just a dream in the cosmos. You're in your past life. And now you're here, and you're meant to be here. And you're meant to tap into your specialness, because that's another Aries Chiron thing is, I'm not special enough. Look, everybody else is doing this. I don't stand out. Not true. None of that is true. It's about believing in yourself and finding what makes you you, and like letting it out. Just letting it out. So that's happening in a big way. All right, now we also have Mercury, the planet of the mind, moving into the sign of Cancer. Mercury, the planet of the mind, moving into the sign of the Cancer on the 8th. And then Mercury making an exact conjunction with Jupiter on the same day. So that is early next week, or late next week. I guess it will be next Sunday. This is going to be felt throughout the week, all right? Because Jupiter is a very slow moving planet. Jupiter officially goes into Cancer on the 9th, but Mercury and Jupiter get together right before Jupiter dances into Cancer. So let's talk about how awesome that is and why. So Cancer is the energy of intuition. It is the energy of inner knowing and being able to read the field. So, a little bit ago, I talked about becoming and tapping into the quantum field and tapping into an energy like gratitude. So, you could send that out like a beacon into the field, and the field will bring it back to you with more. So Cancer has this really magical ability to tune into the field and feel the field, like feel the potential of the field. That might mean that you walk into a room and you're feeling a really weird vibe, like someone in the room is really, really sad, and you can just feel it, and you feel it, and it's in your heart, and you're tuning into that because this energy is like a psychic sponge. It soaks in the energy around it. It's highly sensitive to emotions. And what are emotions? They are energy. Emotions are vibrations. So we have this Aries power giving us confidence and fierceness and faith and power. And we have this Cancerian energy we're about to move into. We're not there yet. Jupiter, for the majority of this week, 28 degrees, 29 degrees. So that late degrees of Gemini, which hopefully will also amplify our ability to focus. Gemini, the mind, right? We're talking about Jupiter and we're talking about Mercury. So the sign of Cancer is going to be this opening as Jupiter shifts into Cancer. It will be this opening of heightened intuition, heightened inner knowing. Now, if you can align your inner knowing and your intuition with the action of Aries, the Cancer and Aries together, if you can align knowing something, feeling something, and then being able to move forward and take action on it, that is a superpower. And that will be felt for all of us. Where as Jupiter goes into Cancer, you definitely want to see where is, just go to 1 degree Cancer in your birth chart, but look at the whole, Jupiter will be in Cancer for a long while now. So look that up, because when I talk about a long while now, what I mean is from June 2025 to June 2026, Jupiter, the planet of higher consciousness, the planet of wisdom, the planet that brings abundance and prosperity and good energy. Jupiter has this really great reputation of bringing positivity into wherever it is in your birth chart, of making things easier, of bringing in more of that, more of that energy. So Jupiter is going to be bringing in more of our intuition, more of our inner knowing, and will also help us create a safe space within ourselves for healing, because this Cancerian energy is also about healing, and it is about the matrilineal line, the matriarchal line that you came from, your mother line, and what's been carried down that line. And Jupiter is going to help us have new insights around this part of ourselves and how we are healing around themes of motherhood, if you are a mother or having been mothered, or how you mother yourself, how you remother yourself and love yourself. So I think from this June to June 2026, we're going to have more access to treat ourselves even better, to be able to take action and do the things that are going to give ourselves more love in a really deep way. And I'm not talking about vanity, and I'm not talking about even like, I'm not talking about narcissism. Like, if any of you are thinking that, I'm sure you're not. I'm not talking about like, oh, I'm the best, I'm so great. I'm talking about, in my life, I love myself so much that I only allow people around me that have my best interest. Or I love myself so much that I make sure that every morning when I get up, I do the things that are going to make sure that I have a good day. I wake up and I don't look at my phone. Why would I do that? Right? Like you wouldn't want that for your child. You wouldn't want to teach someone to do that because you know that it drains your brain and you know that it makes you scattered and you know that it brings in anxiety, whatever. So as Jupiter shifts into Cancer, we're going to have 12 months of what is heightened self-care for us? Like how can we care for our emotions? What boundaries do we need? What do we need to say no to that we know is going to suck from our good vibes and take away from us and bring us down? So we are going to take the actions that are going to bring us up and support our emotions and help us find um, soothing in our central nervous system and do the things that are going to feel really good and be able to treat ourselves and our inner child that's like still alive and well within you, you know, that like inner 6-year old, like be able to do things that will make her proud and do things that are going to help heal her. It doesn't have to be six. Six just came to me, okay? But you get what I mean. It's going to be a time of turning up the volume on how you love yourself and how you give yourself love and make that love for your heart, for your life, for your body, for your emotional well-being, make it a priority. And what else will happen in my own experience working with Jupiter is that if you have planets or points wherever Jupiter is crossing in the sign of Cancer, you know, stay up to date on the degree points. But where, from my personal experience, Jupiter also has a habit of working with your subconscious and asking you, are you settling here? Like, is this enough? Is this what you really want? Jupiter is known to bring blessings and magic, but what a lot of people don't talk about is that sometimes there's this truth bomb. Like, Jupiter works with higher consciousness and higher wisdom. And how do you get wise? Usually you get wise by making mistakes. That's how I get wise. I make mistakes. I have experiences. I do the thing. I mess up and I try again and I receive wisdom through that experience. So sometimes Jupiter comes to you and says, is this really what you want? Or do you want something different? What does your heart really want? Is this really good for you? Is this what you really want? And Jupiter starts to have a conversation with you and it can feel like, oh no, it's not what I want. It's time to make some new decisions. So there will be a call to rise, really. There will be a call to rise to the most like lit up, loving, feeling, heart connected, courageous version of yourself through the whole summer for sure. But I know we're only talking about the first week of June right now, but really I'm talking about all of June. So much is happening that is so supportive. So supportive. So we're being asked to rise into the vibration of our heart and and connect with the heart and bring the wisdom of your heart, the energy of your heart, the knowing of your heart up into your vision and your vision of the future. Because just to make a full circle, Saturn is about the future. So Saturn is going to say what has to happen for our future. What does our future self want? What kind of decisions does our future self want us to make right now? So just to close it out, right now we've got the North Node in Pisces at 23 degrees. We have Saturn 0 degrees Aries, Neptune 1 degree. There's going to be all together for June. Then we have Venus in Aries moving into Taurus on the 6th. We have Chiron in Aries. We have Jupiter moving into Cancer, on the 9th of June, and on the 8th of June, we're going to have Mercury and Jupiter aligning together. Really, really powerful month and really powerful week. So I'm super excited. Um, Now, if you're still watching, a couple of updates for the month of June. I know I talked about Joe Dispenza before. I am going to be doing an intensive study with Joe Dispenza. I am so excited. And so I'll be going to Mexico to do this intensive study June 13th to like the 25th. Okay. So I most likely won't be making a video. I'll be, like a little quiet because we're going to be in hours of meditation and tapping into the quantum field. And I'm going to learn so much, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to share it all. I'm so excited. But that being said, Abracadabra Astrology Mastery School is open. It's like fully open throughout that entire month. I'll still be hosting classes. And if this is something that's calling to you, where you want to learn how to tap into the quantum field through mantra, through word magic, through conscious language work, through meditation, and working with your pineal gland, that part of your brain that creates new experiences and helps rewire your brain, and you want to do it with the backdrop of the planetary energy and your personal birth chart, how to work specifically in your life, that is, it's time for that. It's time for that. This is absolutely the energy of that, with Jupiter going into Cancer, helping us do things that are going to bring more self-care, more love, and with all of this energy in Aries, courage and confidence and faith and trust, this is the time for that. So I'm going to leave a link to have a chat with me about it. Unfortunately and fortunately, I don't just bring people in. Like, you can't just say, okay, I'm ready, and I just bring you in, because we need to have a conversation to make sure that that you're actually aligned and like gonna do the work, because if you're not willing to do the work, it's not gonna work, right? So if that calls to you, I'm going to leave a link so that you can hop on a call with me. We could just talk about what it would look like. And let me think if there's any other announcements. I also have, at the end of August, August 22nd to August 24th, I have a few spots left. We're going to have a heart and spirit retreat where we're going to do heart coherence, so tapping into the field of the heart. We have a new moon in Virgo on this retreat. We're going to have a cacao manifesting ceremony, sound baths, mantra, yoga, waterfall magic happening at the farm. It's all organic food, farm to table. It's like literally grown on the land at Bethel Farm. It's going to be so magic. So that's August 22nd to the 24th. I'll leave a link there. That is almost filled up, so definitely sign up for that if you are either in the area, or we do have people flying from all around the country. It's in New Hampshire. I don't know if I said that before. And that's it for now. I'm so grateful for you. If you listen all the way to the end, oh my God, I love you. Now, in order for me to know that you watch this, put a comment. Let me know how it resonated. Let me know if you have planets or points in Cancer, if you have planets and points in Aries, like, amazing. And listen, if you're not a cardinal sign and you're a mutable baby, or you're a fixed baby, like, we love you too. And this energy is supporting you as well in different ways. I just want to speak to that because, like, sometimes you feel left out. You're like, oh, it's just a mutable sign. But I want you to look at your birth chart and make sure that you do actually know where you do have planets, points that are in the cardinal energy, because they are receiving so much energy right now. And everyone has all 12 signs, every single person, all of us, all of you. Okay, so that's it for now. I love you. Please comment below, like this video, share this video if you want. That helps me, and it helps our community, and it helps us find more magical people like yourself. So again, I love you, and happy June, happy Pride. See you soon.